Welcome to an Achieving Science video. This video is going to compare and contrast prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. First of all, we need to look at the definitions. What is meant by prokaryotic and what is meant by eukaryotic? Well, a prokaryotic cell is one without a nucleus, whereas a eukaryotic cell is one with a nucleus. We tend to meet cells with nucleuses, and therefore I remind my students that you have a nucleus and they make that link with eukaryotic, it does have a nucleus. If we look at two diagrams of these cells then, so on the left hand side we've got a prokaryotic cell, a cell without a nucleus. On the right hand side we've got a eukaryotic cell, it has a nucleus. We can see the nucleus on the diagram and remind ourselves that a nucleus is what controls the cell and what it does. If we call both images back up together, side by side, actually both of these cells have a cell membrane. This is the thin skin around the cell that controls what goes in and what goes out of the cell. Now do note that this is inside the cell wall on the prokaryotic cell. Next we have the cytoplasm. Both cells have cytoplasm. This is where the chemical reactions occur. The prokaryotic cell, though, has a difference. It has a cell wall. It's got a rigid coating to it which surrounds it and gives support to that cell. On the eukaryotic cell, you'll notice organelles such as mitochondria. Mitochondria being where aerobic respiration takes place. Now, if you're asked to compare these two cells, it is always good when doing a comparison to always think of it as a table. What does one have, what does another not have, and what the key differences are. So in this table we've got prokaryotic on the left hand side and we've got eukaryotic on the right hand side. If we go through some of the major differences, well of course the prokaryotic has no nucleus. That's where the eukaryotic does have a nucleus. We saw no membrane organelles like mitochondria in the prokaryotic cell, as where we did see these within the eukaryotic cell. Thirdly, in the prokaryotic cell we saw no nucleus. Instead we see the DNA is found within the cytoplasm. Now this can be in circular rings, and these circular rings called plasmids, as where in eukaryotic cells the DNA is linear. Prokaryotic cells will reproduce asexually to produce clones identical to their parent cell, as where eukaryotic cells will carry out sexual reproduction, creating variation. Prokaryotic cells we saw the presence of a cell wall. Eukaryotic cells we didn't see the cell wall, but sometimes we do if we're looking at a plant cell. They are the exception. Examples of prokaryotic cells then include bacteria, as in the diagram, and archaea. Examples of eukaryotic cells include animal cells such as skin cells, red blood cells, and plant cells such as palisade cells.